Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss another heart-touching story. Sophia Carter had everything money could buy. She was beautiful, wealthy, educated, and the only daughter of one of the most influential business families in the city. People admired her elegant lifestyle, luxurious cars, and glamorous social appearances. But behind her perfect image was a woman who believed that money determined a person's worth. Sophia had always dreamed of marrying someone powerful, a billionaire, a famous businessman, or perhaps a politician. She imagined herself attending elite events, traveling on private jets, and living a life that would make others jealous. However, life had other plans. When Sophia's grandfather, William Carter, became seriously ill, he called the entire family together. Everyone expected him to discuss the future of the family business. Instead, he revealed a shocking secret. Many years earlier, William had made a promise to his closest friend, Daniel Hayes. The two men had built their first company together, but Daniel later left to pursue his own dreams. Before Daniel passed away unexpectedly, William promised that their families would one day become one through marriage. Sophia was stunned when her grandfather announced that she would fulfill that promise. "But grandfather," Sophia protested, "who exactly am I supposed to marry?" William calmly replied, "His name is Ethan Hayes." Sophia searched for information about Ethan immediately. What she found made her furious. Ethan was a single father raising a little boy named Noah. According to public records, he lived in a modest neighborhood and worked an ordinary job. There were no reports of wealth, luxury, or influence. "This must be a joke," Sophia said angrily. "You expect me to marry a poor single dad?" William looked at her seriously. "Character matters more than money, Sophia. Ethan is a good man." But Sophia refused to listen. Days later, she met Ethan for the first time. Ethan arrived wearing simple clothes. He was polite, calm, and respectful. Beside him stood 6-year-old Noah, holding his father's hand. Sophia barely greeted them. Instead, she whispered to her friend, "I cannot believe this man is supposed to become my husband." Ethan heard the comment but remained silent. Despite Sophia's objections, the wedding took place in a private ceremony attended only by close family members. Throughout the ceremony, Sophia showed little interest. She avoided eye contact and treated Ethan as if he did not belong there. After the wedding, things only became worse. Sophia moved into the large mansion she had inherited, but she made it clear that Ethan and Noah were unwelcome. "You can stay in the guest wing," she told Ethan coldly. "And please don't interfere with my life." Ethan simply nodded. "I understand." Weeks passed. Sophia constantly criticized Ethan. She complained about his clothes. She complained about his manners. She complained about the fact that he preferred spending time with Noah rather than attending social events. At luxurious parties, Sophia introduced Ethan as little as possible. Sometimes, she pretended not to know him at all. One evening, during an elite charity gala, Sophia embarrassed Ethan in front of dozens of wealthy guests. A businessman approached Ethan and asked politely, "So, what do you do for a living?" Before Ethan could answer, Sophia interrupted. "He does small jobs here and there," she said dismissively. "Nothing important." The guests exchanged awkward glances. Ethan quietly excused himself and walked away. Later that night, Noah found his father sitting alone in the garden. "Dad, are you sad?" Noah asked. Ethan smiled gently. "No, buddy. Sometimes people judge others before they know them." Noah hugged him tightly. "I love you, Dad." "I love you too." Months continued to pass. Sophia remained distant. Yet something strange slowly began to happen. Every morning, expensive gifts mysteriously arrived at the mansion. Rare flowers, luxury items, and generous donations to charities in Sophia's name appeared regularly. Whenever Sophia asked who sent them, nobody knew. At the same time, several struggling employees in the Carter Company suddenly received financial assistance from anonymous donors. Sophia assumed her grandfather was responsible. But William denied everything. One afternoon, Sophia visited the company headquarters unexpectedly. As she entered the executive floor, she noticed unusual excitement among senior managers. "He's coming today," one executive whispered nervously. "Everything must be perfect." Sophia was confused. "Who's coming?" she asked. The employees looked surprised. "You don't know," one manager said. "The chairman himself." "The chairman?" Sophia asked. "Our majority owner. Mr. E. Hayes." Sophia froze. "Did you say Hayes?" Before anyone could answer, the elevator doors opened. Several executives immediately stood up. Security personnel straightened their positions. And then, to Sophia's complete shock, Ethan stepped out of the elevator. Everyone respectfully greeted him. "Good afternoon, Chairman Hayes." Sophia stared in disbelief. Her husband, the poor single dad she had humiliated for months, was actually the richest man in the company. And this was only the beginning of a truth that would change her life forever. To be continued in part 2. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. Welcome back everyone. If you are enjoying this emotional story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications for more amazing stories. Sophia stood frozen in the middle of the executive floor. She could hardly breathe. The same man she had insulted, ignored, and humiliated for months was being treated with enormous respect by some of the most powerful executives in the country. "Chairman Hayes, the board meeting is ready," one senior executive said respectfully. Ethan nodded calmly. "Thank you. We'll begin in 10 minutes. Sophia could not believe what she was seeing. "Ethan, what is happening?" she asked quietly. Ethan looked at her with a calm expression. "We'll talk later, Sophia." Without another word, he walked toward the boardroom. Every executive followed him. Sophia remained standing alone, completely shocked. A few minutes later, she entered her grandfather William's office. "Grandfather, did you know about this?" she demanded. William slowly smiled. "Of course I did." Sophia stared at him. "You knew Ethan was incredibly wealthy, and you never told me?" William sighed. "I wanted you to see the man, not his money." Sophia lowered her eyes. For the first time in her life, she felt ashamed. That evening, she returned home earlier than usual. She found Ethan in the garden, helping Noah build a small wooden birdhouse. Noah happily waved. "Hi, Sophia. Dad says birds need homes too." Sophia smiled weakly. "That's very nice, Noah." She looked toward Ethan. "We need to talk." Ethan nodded. After Noah went inside, they sat quietly in the garden. "Why didn't you tell me who you really were?" Sophia asked. Ethan remained silent for a moment. "Because I wanted a real relationship," he finally said. "I wanted someone to know me for who I am, not because of my bank account." Sophia felt tears forming in her eyes. "I'm sorry." Ethan looked away. "Sorry doesn't erase months of humiliation." His words hurt because they were true. For the next several weeks, Sophia genuinely tried to change. She began spending more time with Noah. She stopped attending meaningless social events. She even prepared breakfast for Ethan and Noah herself. At first, Ethan remained distant. But Noah was thrilled. One morning, Noah excitedly ran into Ethan's room. "Dad." Sophia made pancakes. Ethan smiled. "Really?" Noah nodded enthusiastically. "And they actually taste good." For the first time in many months, Ethan laughed. Slowly, the atmosphere inside the mansion began to improve. However, not everyone was happy. Sophia's close friend, Victoria, could not accept the changes. Victoria had always envied Sophia's life. When she learned that Ethan was secretly one of the richest men alive, her jealousy intensified. She secretly began investigating Ethan. One evening, Victoria visited Sophia. "You can't seriously be falling for him," Victoria said. Sophia smiled softly. "You don't understand him, Victoria." Victoria rolled her eyes. "I understand rich men very well." Sophia shook her head. "No. Ethan isn't like others." But Victoria refused to listen. A few days later, she arranged a private dinner with Ethan without Sophia knowing. When Ethan arrived, he was surprised. "Where is Sophia?" he asked. Victoria smiled. "She isn't coming." Ethan immediately stood. "Then this meeting is over." Victoria quickly stopped him. "Wait. I just wanted to talk." Ethan reluctantly sat down. Victoria leaned closer. "You deserve someone who appreciates your wealth and status." Ethan immediately understood her intentions. "I love my family," he said firmly. Victoria smiled confidently. "Does Sophia deserve you after the way she treated you?" Ethan stood. "This conversation is finished." As Ethan left, Victoria secretly took photographs that made the meeting appear romantic. The following day, anonymous photos appeared across social media. The headlines were shocking. Billionaire chairman secretly dating another woman. Sophia was devastated. When Ethan returned home that evening, she confronted him immediately. "Were you with Victoria?" she asked. "Yes," Ethan replied honestly. Sophia's eyes filled with tears. "So the rumors are true." Ethan frowned. "What rumors?" Sophia showed him the photographs. Ethan immediately understood what had happened. "These photos are misleading," he explained. But Sophia had already turned away. For several days, tension filled the mansion again. Finally, Noah intervened. At dinner, the little boy stood on his chair. "I'm tired of everyone being sad," Noah announced. Both adults looked at him. Noah continued. "Dad loves Sophia. Sophia loves Dad. So please stop fighting." Neither Ethan nor Sophia could speak. Children often see truths adults ignore. Later that evening, Ethan told Sophia everything about Victoria's invitation. Sophia finally realized the truth. "I'm sorry I doubted you," she whispered. Ethan gently smiled. "We both made mistakes." For the first time since their marriage, they truly embraced each other. Months passed peacefully. Sophia and Noah became inseparable. Ethan and Sophia slowly fell deeply in love. Everything seemed perfect. Until one terrible night. Ethan received an urgent phone call. One of his international companies was under attack from corrupt competitors. Billions of dollars were at risk. Ethan immediately traveled overseas. Days turned into weeks. Communication became difficult. Then, suddenly, shocking news appeared on television. The private aircraft carrying Ethan had disappeared during severe weather. No survivors had been found. Sophia dropped the remote control. "No," she whispered. "No, this can't be true." For days she refused to believe it. Noah cried himself to sleep every night. "Dad promised he'd come back," Noah sobbed. Sophia held him tightly while fighting her own tears. Weeks passed. Investigators officially declared the passengers missing. The entire country mourned the famous billionaire. Sophia was heartbroken. Only now did she fully understand how deeply she loved Ethan. One rainy evening, While standing alone in the garden where Ethan and Noah had once built birdhouses, Sophia whispered through tears. "I never told you how much I loved you." Suddenly, she heard footsteps behind her. A familiar voice softly said, "You can tell me now." Sophia slowly turned around. Standing there, soaked from the rain but very much alive, was Ethan. Sophia gasped. "Ethan?" She ran into his arms, crying uncontrollably. Ethan held her tightly. "I'm home." What really happened to Ethan? Who was responsible for the plane incident? And will this family finally find happiness? To be continued in Part 3. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below.